When he first came over in the 90s, you could tell right there he was a special person. He was always willing to go out there and do everything you asked him to do. And the more I got to know Monroe, the more I found out about him, about his past with his wrestling career, his boxing, and everything. But one thing we all learned real quick about Monroe is that if there was a new gadget out or a new radio out, Monroe was going to have it in his car, some way, somehow. And Monroe always had every new gadget there was. And we kept asking him, how do you run all this stuff in your car? Well, he had 2 batteries in his car. So he kept everything running. And then, since the mid-70s, there's only been 3 head trainers in the canine detail. Ed Culver was the first one, myself, and then Monroe. When Monroe was chosen to take that place as the head trainer, he stepped in and filled the shoes like no one else could. He did a fantastic job. One thing I can say about Monroe, he never turned anything down. We would have people come up to us and ask us, hey, what about rappelling with a dog out of a helicopter? Or what about rappelling with a dog? Monroe would say, we'll figure out a way to do it. And sure enough, he would do it. So, and then we have this thing called old school. For those of y'all that are in canine, y'all know what Monroe and I are talking about old school. That is when we go back to the old basics of limited equipment, and we work with the dogs to get them to be proficient in the area they need to be in. I think Monroe is the last one that the department had that was willing to do it old school. So for those that are here that are from canine, you may want to talk to him and get some information from him about what we're talking about. But Monroe, you followed in the history of the head trainer's job, just like it was supposed to be done. The dogs always come first, and the detail always comes first. And Monroe, thank you for your service.
Got one story to tell, then I'm going to turn it over to Monroe. We're always doing demos with dogs. We have so many demos. Chief called me one day, says, we got a demo, a TV station coming out. Wants to do how not to get bit by dogs. I think there was a lot of dog bites going on in the city, so I said, hey Monroe, we got to do this. News media's coming, you know, we had other things planned. And there was no problem. Like everybody said, he never turns nothing down. He puts his scratch pants on. Scratch pants, or the dog bites you, it won't go through. He has a hidden sleeve on. He puts a big shirt on. He's out there. Camera comes, and the guy's there, and the road's going through all this. How, you know, if the dog comes up, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm watching, and we're using a police dog, and the police dog goes around him, and tags Monroe right here. And I'm watching. The news media guy, he didn't even see nothing. He didn't even know what was going on. And I'm watching, and I see blood coming out. Blood. Holy shit. Monroe's playing it off, doing good. The interview stops, and I said, man, thank God. And TV guys here, man, that was great. I said, I know that was great. So they pack up. I said, Monroe, you okay? And he's bleeding. And I said, man, we got to go to the hospital. He goes, no, I'm not going to the hospital. Injury on duty packet that big. We'll call Captain Smith. Call Captain Smith. All right. Called Captain Smith, and he fixed us up. The SWAT team has their own doctor, and he just stitched it up. No letters or nothing. I've been there 6 years. Me and Monroe, we're on the SWAT team together. I went to Canine, and I've been here 33 years, and never met a guy like him. He has taken care of me in a detail, like I can't explain it, but he's been there. Everything I asked him to do, he's done for me. So it's great, Monroe. Thank you, buddy.
Wow, that's gonna be hard, Monroe. break the tie. You got 2 Monroes, and then you got 2 Monroes. Who's saying it right, who's saying it wrong?
Ask my kids and wife.
I mean,
Monroe.
That's what I said, Monroe.
Monroe, go to the cop. Go to the pop.
There you go. I just want to thank everybody for coming. I really didn't expect this. I plan on staying to the Super Bowl, and I bought a new house out in the country. I just woke up one morning and said, it's your time. Kind of went and talked to a couple people, and I was already setting my mind in that. I owe a lot to Greg Bisso, Chief Slinkard, Chief Unix, all of his staff, my captain, especially the new sergeant that's come and taken my burden off me now, so I kind of not gonna have gray hair anymore. And especially for my lieutenant who's been there, and especially Lieutenant Bettyfield and all the guys from the bomb squads that helped me out. But the main person I really need to make acknowledge to is the one that was, when I was trying to be Superman with my cape and that, it was my wife that was always home, taking care of the kids, washing my clothes and that. So, all I want to say is thank y'all. It was a privilege. It was great to be here for 34, 35 years, and somebody else can step up in my shoes and take over, and it's time for me to part and enjoy life.